Okay, I believe you. I trust you with everyone else's life.
Candy, goobers. There's an interesting collection of junk down there.
I'm not touching that stuff. I don't know why they think I want it. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Is Michael Bolton a chart watcher? Do you get Billboard or R&R every week and see where you are?
Only when my own records are out. Not every week, no. No, I think watching every week is like watching the water boil, right? I think it's not good luck. I'm not really superstitious, but I'm also extremely busy with a lot of other projects. I'm recording 2 albums right now. I wrote a children's book that's coming out on Hyperion, which coincidentally is owned by Disney. That was started about 1.5 years ago. I have too much on my plate to sit and watch the daily moves.
Because plus it would drive you crazy.
You go crazy with it.
Now,
I know it's doing well, and I'm happy about it.
Cutting 2 records. I mean, a lot of people can't get 1 out. Do you? How nutty do you get in the studio, worrying about and fretting over what you're going to cut, and and just trying to outguess radio?
I don't think I can outguess radio. One thing I have learned a long time ago that I'm still seeing now is even when radio goes through different phases, when alternative is hot, when rap is hot, when disco was hot, when all these phases and different times and eras happen, great songs still find their way to the top of the charts. So the most important thing is the material. And coming from Nashville, you should know that.
Right. Butterfly Kisses is the greatest example of that right now.
If it moves people, touches people's hearts, they're going to get on the phone, they're going to call that station, and Bob Carlisle is experiencing that. Radio's experiencing that. Who would have thought, But that's what it's about. And it's interesting because I think it's teaching and reminding radio people, programmers and researchers, that music is about this emotional human thing. We're not selling shoes. It's something that moves people. So you have to. The material is always number one. It's always the most important.
And musicians can really need to lead, not follow, don't you think? If you're an artist, you need to. Can't do something that's too crazy. But I mean, you can't really try to cut what somebody. You can't just go in there with a mind. We'll cut a 3-minute radio record that's got this in it.
If you start living too much for the trends, you will become who you're not. Therefore, you won't be attractive to your own audience, and especially if you have a core audience like mine, who believes they're going to get an album of a certain type of music that relates to them, that they relate to. I think the most important thing is that you don't ever take a hard left or a hard right and expect to please your audience. You can't please everybody no matter what.
Knowing how hard it, I mean, you've had a great career and you're still having a great career. It just keeps going.
Working on it.
But I'm telling you, I mean, this is not the easiest business you could have gotten into, is it?
No, it's a tough business. It's like Go the Distance. It's one of the reasons the song speaks to me, is because it took me about 20 years to have my first
you were
hit.
Hardly an overnight success, because I remember when you were out there before Dock of the Bay and some of those things. You were out there working hard.
That was the beginning, was the Dock of the Bay.
You were working hard out there.
A lot of disappointments, a lot of heartache, a lot of close calls where you think you finally made it, and then your rent check bounces, And people don't understand that that's what comes with our industry. It's feast or famine. But it's a kind of commitment and intensity that you have to keep up forever. As soon as you back off and think you can cruise, that's when it all comes to a grinding halt. And I'm sure you understand that in your business.
And you can probably feel for people like Garth Brooks and Shania Twain who are having a hard time finishing their album because they know how important that next album is.
And they both are people who, 2 particular artists who take their music very seriously. Shania is not, a lot of people think her success happened suddenly, so what's going to happen? She understands how important the music is. Her voice gets better. Her music's going to get better. She's surrounded by great talent. And Garth, as fun as he is, as fun-loving as he is, he takes his music very seriously. That's the kind of commitment I'm talking about that, I think it takes to sustain a career.
And let the music out when it's ready.
When it's ready. Yeah.
Nice seeing you again.
You too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.